welcome to your 15 immediate life improvements. Even if nothing else changes in your life right now, if you put these things into effect and you allow them to inspire and motivate you, your life will already transform. Number 1, be grateful. It's really important to have a positive mind frame, because if your lens is dirty, then everything in your world will look skewed. Being aware of your thoughts that you're having is the quickest route to being aware of what your mind is perceiving about your world. Not necessarily true. Number 2, let go of the past. Your story isn't you, and if you let go of that, you can be new right now in this moment. Your name, your memory, all of these things that come from the past, just erase them right now for this moment and continue to live in what arrives for you in every moment. Number 3, very simply, stop living in the future. Number 4, take care of your own inner needs. This also means taking responsibility for yourself, becoming your own parent, showing up to life. It means facing fear and growing through challenges rather than avoiding them. Allow yourself to be caring, yet realistic and patient with yourself. No one else can live your life for you. Number 5, tell your inner critic to fuck off. This is simply an outdated version of your mind's protection system, and it no longer has a great use as we grow into adulthood. It gets fatter and fatter the more you feed it. It's actually trying to keep you the same, so it's limiting your ability toward growth. You want to evolve, and if you want change, then you're going to have to tell the inner critic to get lost. Or maybe you want to turn it into your friend and a better kind of ally. You run the show now. Number 6, develop personal power. Under no circumstances should you give your power out to anybody. If no one has told you yet, then be aware that you do own power and it is being used in a multitude of ways every day. If you allow yourself to believe you're a victim, then your power will fall away. It's a choice. It will help when you develop a better union within. Your power will naturally increase. And when you recognize anger as a legitimate response to your boundaries being overstepped. Number 7, stop trying to be your image. Instead, be presence. The mind works in images, and it's constantly trying to seek up this image that it wants to have of you. It's also trying to help you to continually live up to an image. It's actually utter bullshit. When you're actually being authentic, you won't need anything else other than what you feel like in the moment and the responsiveness to how you feel when you're with yourself, in your connection, inside your own inner universe. If you're wearing a mask, then how can you really be loved for who you are, really? And if finding that you means going to stuff that is unlikable, then maybe you've got to sift through that stuff first. Maybe you've got to integrate that part of you so that you can find out who you are as a whole. So be you, stop trying to be perfect, and don't do things against your own feelings, because it will just perpetuate any inner misery. Number 8, connect with your inner feelings. Don't turn them off. Don't distract from them. Go right in and be with them. Love and connection with yourself through the difficult times is what will help you to feel confident. Build a relationship with yourself, with your feeling, emotional body, and all your other relationships will shift. Number 9, commit to what makes you feel happy. It's simple. Accept what can't be changed, and then take a series of steps towards something that makes you feel good. And in the end, you won't even give a shit about the thing that you couldn't change, because you'll be living. Number 10, be only ever in the moment. The moment feels good. The moment's where the depth is. It's where the power is. Everything else is gone, or it hasn't happened. If you can manage the moment, you can manage anything. Nothing else actually exists. It's just replaying the stories from the past and the predictions about the future in the moment. You don't have to keep the stories going. Number 11, practice non-attachment to everything. This has been one of the most useful points for me. When you care a lot about yourself, you have a lot of fear about yourself, your survival, others, when you hold on to things tightly, when you want to do well, this is all a type of neurosis. And ultimately, when you let go of the ultimate fear of failure or death or pain and suffering, if you can be with suffering, then what is there left to fear? So not getting attached to even the things that you really love and care about is a perfect strength. It's a perfect way to be able to deepen and make yourself free. When you ask for something and you put the effort toward it, let it go and give it space. It will come unless you're strangling the hell out of it. It's just about not going further than that little membrane between caring and love and struggle and story making. When you hold too tightly, suffering starts. Ultimately, nothing matters as much as we think it does. Number 12, don't take it personal. People's actions suggest something about them. They're not suggesting something about you. If you take it on board, that's your choice, because it doesn't have to be true for you. Work on your relationship with your inner child, and when you're triggered, there's something there for you that still needs healing. It's always a downward spiral to try and make someone be kinder, make someone take back something hurtful, or to try and live up to a judgment, or even buffer against someone else's judgment with your inner critic. Be mindful with it, see what's triggering, and just remember, it's not about you. People have got this whole other dynamic inside themselves that they're working with, and everybody's got an inner critic, and everybody has to manage suffering in life. 13. Contemplate on death. Your life will end. Some of us are younger, some of us are older, but everybody has the same thing in common, that we all will leave this body and we will leave this world. When you contemplate on death, it's not morbid. It allows you to be with any fears that come up from the mind, because you are beyond the mind. This part of you is eternal. By facing one of the mind's ultimate fears, you become free. And when you contemplate on death, even frequently, it really reminds you to get out of the mind space and make the most of right now. So much unnecessary rubbish is developed from the mind thinking it's going to live forever. You deserve to have a good time right now, and you don't deserve all this unnecessary crap that's being created from your mind. So get with it and realise you're not going to be here forever. And in fact, we never 100% know how long we're going to be here. So live in the way you want to, and start by just being here now. I can't even imagine how many people right now are about to die or in the process of dying. We are lucky. Contemplating on an end will also help you to kick all those absolutely ridiculous worries in the butt. 14. Love your shadow self. Let it come up and out. Don't push that undesirable stuff away. It just wants attention. It wants understanding. It will make you feel so whole and far more emotionally stable if you make friends with your tucked away, rotting shit pile. Being able to be with your mistakes and your weaknesses will actually allow you to feel more confident and happier in yourself. 15. Make peace your highest goal. Happiness can't always be achieved, it's true. Happiness definitely cannot always be achieved. Some things are really bloody tough. Some things will take you beyond what you feel is capable for you to get through. Let's face it. However, if you can work toward peace then you really, really are going to be able to manage things a lot easier. Peace is genuinely more available than happiness. And when you work at the level of peace, it means that you don't feel something's taken away from you. Because when you move from a state of happiness, which in essence is going to be fleeting, of course we like to be in happiness because we feel safer. Our inner child often feels more secure, and it feels good. There's nothing to worry about, and our mind doesn't then go into the whole attitude of trying to problem solve. But the thing about happiness is that it will change, and rather than it be such a shock when you move from happiness to either unhappiness or difficulty, if you can try and remain at the area of peace, there'll be less booming and busting. There'll be less fluctuations between extremes of really happy and really positive to really miserable and depressed. Because ultimately, when things come up, there might be difficulty or things aren't going your way or whatever. There doesn't need to be such a huge graduation between these. And that's a sign that perhaps you're living more in your mind as opposed to your body and your feelings. And these things will help you to feel more grounded and more in touch with your peace. It's the energy that is behind you that makes the difference. The energy that is behind your ego, behind your mind and your operating self. Peace is your gift. So I hope these 15 points have been interesting and inspiring to you. And feel free to watch the video more than once whenever you need it to be able to recap on some of these really useful psychological coaching tips. If you're interested in doing any work with me, then I have a couple of openings for regular one-to-one sessions, and also I have a course starting, psychological empowerment course, which is in a group setting. This starts in May. So if you're interested, then just send me an email. And thanks so much for watching this. I hope that you can have a peaceful day.